Hi, my name's Leona from Supra Conscioussoul, and this is your Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine check-in for the 7th to the 14th of September 2018. So, on this side of the reading, on the left we have the Divine Feminine, on the right we have the Divine Masculine, we have a coming in between, we have what's distracting, what's helping, and we have oracle cards to go with that. So, in terms of the Divine Feminine, yeah, she is coming into the reading with the Eight of Wands. Now, this means that she or he, whoever relates to the Divine Feminine energy, but they're coming into the reading with this energy of growth, expansion. It's like their energy is moving fast. They're working hard. They're using a lot of their energy right now in order to complete tasks, complete goals, yeah? They're using this energy, this momentum of possibly the Seven of Wands before, standing in their truth, standing in their power. Now they're using that momentum to carry them forward into their work life, into their home life, into their spiritual life, into exercise, nutrition, but they're using that energy. It could also be that there could be issues around communication this month, or they're looking this week, or they're looking at opening up communication in some way, because this can talk about texts, emails, all of that kind of communication. However, there may be some blockages to this, because Divine Feminine also has the Five of Wands, which is Saturn in Leo. So in some ways, it's like, it could be that there's a lot of differing viewpoints. It could be that she's surrounded by, or he's surrounded by, a lot of energy in terms of a lot of people. It could be that there's obstacles to working together. Everybody has their say, nobody can hear each other. So there's these delays, there's these obstacles. It could be that her energy is elsewhere, her energy is focused on building something. Yeah. However, I don't feel like there's going to be communication. I feel like, although communication might be an issue, I feel like this is a card to say that maybe the Divine Feminine needs to open up in terms of communication. Maybe not barricade the door, so to speak, but in some way, instead, it's about standing in her truth, because we do have truth be told. It's number 14, so that's about 5, which is about expansion, changes. Now, it's about opening theirself up. She wants the Divine Masculine to be truthful, to be honest. It's like honesty means a lot. It means that there's some kind of mask that needs to fall off in some way. Yeah, she wants openness. She wants communication, but not malicious communication. She's wanting truth. She's wanting clarity. So she also has strategy, which is 21. Now this talks about putting in her goals, her priorities. She's trying to focus. It's very much about a perceived goal in the distance, yeah? And this is where I'm feeling that this energy is carrying through with this. It's also about getting some kind of clarity through journaling here, through writing for the Divine Feminine, through expression. She needs to express, the Divine Feminine needs to express themselves truthfully as well. They need to be open about their feelings as well, because this is the Falling in Love card with the Eight of Wands. Now, the Knight of Pentacles is looking at loyalty. They're looking at persistence. They're looking at working hard, or they're working on their physical physique, they're overworking, they're working on exercise, they're working on their bodies in some way, but putting that energy of the Eight of Wands into that. But there could be delays to the actual union. So we also have woman holding a coin, which talks about getting advice from somebody financially, around money for the divine feminine. It could be that she's concerned about financial issues. We do have 42, which breaks down to 6. Love, money, creativity. So I feel like the divine feminine is putting all of their energy into building something stable, possibly for dependence as well there. But it's also about a sense of self-value, a sense of looking at her health this month, looking at the divine feminine's health, looking at what they're eating, looking at whether they're sitting down too much, whether they're going for it, but they're putting all of that focus onto this, onto their finances, onto their stability, onto their strategy. But what they are saying to the divine masculine is that if you do come forward, it needs to be with this truthful energy, with some kind of loyalty as well. But the divine feminine also needs to remember not to be stubborn. We also have flexible, sorry, number 19. So this is about being flexible with new beginnings, or as the energy moves forward. You can't hold the divine masculine at ransom if they're coming to you from an honest, truthful place. If they're coming to you with open expression, there needs to be some kind of reciprocation of that energy. So it's just about staying balanced, staying open, but it's also telling me that the divine feminine is juggling a lot at the moment. They're also trying to stay poised, they're trying to stay graceful. We do have some yoga poses here. We've got a handstand there into pincher. So it's about yoga, it's about health for the divine feminine. It's about looking at herself, it's about looking at her dependence, her stability. Her message from Spirit is, you are a star, step into the spotlight where you belong. Her other message from Spirit is, stand up for what you know is right, we are supporting you. So let's move to the divine masculine. The divine masculine now, his focus is the Magician. This is about communication. It's about will. It's about getting in charge of his mind. It's about starting to manifest. He wants to manifest the union. He wants to manifest communication, or he's heading towards that way. Yeah, he's saying that the divine masculine has everything on that table now, that he needs to complete this journey. But it all has to start with that thought. It's also the lemniscate coming together here, which is about Mercury, the mind. So it's two minds meeting in the middle. But it's also in terms of the body, it's quite a sexual thing, because it's, if you draw a figure 8 on the body, the heart is what joins the head and the intimacy, yeah, because the divine masculine also has the archangel chakra, third chakra, archangel Chamuel, which is also about fear and intimacy and our passions. So he's needing to express, the divine masculine is needing to express, masculine or feminine. Whether that's masculine or feminine, but the divine masculine is needing to express, he's needing to stand in his higher power, he's needing to stand in his I am. That's when the victory will come for the divine masculine. That's when he will then find that he is being supported. He may be surprised at how reciprocal the energy is. Yeah, once he brings this truth, once he brings this clarity to the table. The Ace of Swords also talks about him not needing to come from a place of being defensive, it needing just to be merely a sort of drawing a line in the sand, yeah, and that's where the victory will come, and he will get more support. So he also has fork in the road, so he's at this process of making a decision right now. It's 13 as well, so it talks about transformations that will lead to the fall, which is foundation, stability, yeah, building a relationship or more stability. He's having to choose now. He may have two directions to choose from, yeah, he may have several directions to choose from, but he's at that fork in the road. He also got exchanging gifts, which talks about reciprocating energy. He's needing to give back energy or give back something. He may be wanting to come with a gift or wanting to come with something to bring things into balance. It may be that he feels that he's waiting for you to give because that's how it normally happens. But I feel like in this sense he's being very much pushed forward. The victory he's coming from his energy moving forward as opposed to the divine feminines. So this is also 27, which breaks down to 9, which is endings of old cycles. So in some senses, he could be wanting to clear the ground. He could be wanting to put things back into balance so that you can have this clear slate again in some way. We have underneath the deck, actually, the Page of Cups, and I've just seen the Six of Pentacles, and I do believe that we may be almost there. This is the Wounded Warrior. It's at the 9, yeah, so it's overcoming them fears to bring things into balance, and this could probably be the gift. This is the offer, but it's coming from a really insecure place. It's coming from a place of like puppy love, or maybe they're wanting to come back to that place with you again, yeah, but they're kind of, in some ways, both sides are feeling trapped. Both sides are feeling like their hands are tied in this situation. They don't know what to do. Neither side is really following their intuition. They're all in their mental mind capacity and of thoughts that it's like our thoughts are the rules that kind of we are held by. So in some senses, both sides are being held by these rules. We also have the power from this as an 8 would come from releasing yourself or bringing the two things together with the Lemscape. But we also have the 7 of Pentacles as the issue for both sides. So in some senses, both sides could be weighing up whether they've put enough energy into this, whether they've put enough effort into this. Both sides are waiting. And it's also the card of tests, challenges, examinations, looking at something under a microscope to see whether it is going to really harvest what we believe it's going to harvest. It's also this pentacle that says, do we start this new beginning or do we stick with what we know? So the Divine Masculine has also got the Thinking Woman. So this is talking about him seeing the Divine Feminine in some way as a very conscious woman, as a very logical woman, as someone who he has to come and kind of step to at a particular level. Yeah, which is, what's it for? 7, 11. So this is about being of service. It could also be that there's a female in his life or somebody that the Divine Masculine's going to that is giving him advice, that is giving him this wisdom, that is giving him some kind of support, or he sees the Divine Feminine in that capacity. So the Ace of Swords is also about him having an awakening, having an epiphany, having some kind of clarity moment. Yeah, there could be something he sees or something that just makes him think, He's also, his message from Spirit is, find a way to bring harmony back into your life. Take the first step. So that is very much in line with the Magician. We also have, we care about you. We want you to take care of yourself. So the Divine Masculine is needing to take care of himself. What we've got us distracting us is the 4 of Cups. So we're both deciding, both sides are deciding whether we want to take this cup, whether this cup is the one that we want, whether we want to wait for this, or do we think that something better is round the corner. Yeah, it's about meditating on it and then making a decision, making a choice, finding something that is going to bring that peace and bring us all into divine union. So take care, stay blessed. I hope this has helped. Bye bye.